As well as the weapon balance mod, Sloth Squadron also maintains a spreadsheet of all the weapon stats for CSGO, and I recently tested some of the values to ensure that it's accurate and up to date. I did this as precisely as I could, but they could still be out by as much as 0.03 of a second. So just because the M249 appears to take 0.01 seconds longer to reload than the Negev, it's probably the same. I'm just going to blame 64-tick servers. That's what everybody else does. Deploy time is how long you have to wait while equipping a weapon before being able to fire it. I also tested the reload times. That's right, every weapon has two different values for this. You might have noticed that your ammo replenishes before the reload animation finishes. At this point you still can't fire, but the weapon has been reloaded, meaning that you can switch to another weapon knowing that this one's ready to go when you need it. And no, you can't exploit this to fire sooner by quick switching after the weapon's ammo has been replenished, but it does mean that you can spend more time running with your knife out if you choose to, or whatever you want to do instead with the time you'd otherwise spend just watching the reload animation. I won't bother going through all of the values, you can look at these on the website in your own time, but I'll point out some interesting anomalies and stuff. Only the CZ takes substantially longer than normal to equip. This could mean the difference between life and death if you're being attacked at the same time. The AWP and surprisingly the MP9 also took a while, which is strange when you consider its purpose as a fast run and gun weapon. All pistols are pretty much as fast to equip as you can get, apart from the CZ, Revolver and Glock, which has a buggy equipping animation which appears to start late by 1/10 of a second. The MP9 redeems itself when it comes to reloading though, taking just over 2 seconds. By far the slowest were the LMGs and Terrorist G3SG1 sniper rifle. The shotguns look bad, but they work differently from the other weapons. The reload time shows the time it takes to reload all of the shells from 0, when in practice you'll probably only reload a couple at a time. For these guns, the clip ready time is how long the first shell takes to load. But not all shells are created equally. The second shell when reloading a shotgun takes twice as long as the others. In other words, during combat you'll rarely manage to reload more than one at a time. Wait until you're in cover to refill completely. And another thing, with shotguns you can fire whilst reloading, but not for the first half second or so. Yet another reason to avoid reloading during combat. As if you need reasons. Every weapon reloads before the animation is finished, normally about halfway through. Shotguns are the exception as mentioned earlier, as are the Revolver and Dualies, which take almost the whole duration of the animation. For the Revolver there's some delay for the primary fire, so I used secondary fire to time how long they took to reload. I was curious to see how the dual Berettas worked. Since they're technically two pistols, I thought it would be cool if they would reload to 15 ammo for the first gun before jumping to 30 once the second one was done. But it didn't. The two guns are only visual and it makes them one of the slowest weapons to reload. For more information, look in the description of this video for a link to the spreadsheet. Fade out ending.